Hi there, I'm going to quickly walk you through how to use ScoreCard so that you may use it with your students during early bird advising. If you have a question or you think of something that I did not address, I could easily leave some things out, please email me, jledbetter@highlands.edu, or just email advising@highlands.edu anytime. We'll be glad to help you with ScoreCard. Go to the main website, click on Score, click on Score again under Private Access, put in your GHC ID number, enter your PIN number, log in, and then click on Online Advising, click on ScoreCard. Make sure that you have the right term selected. We need to move it to Spring 2014. Click Submit, and then you'll need to get a student's ID number to log in to look them up. Students should be able to get that to you, or you can look it up in Online Advising. But you can also put in the student's last and first name right here. Make sure that you have all checked. If you're, say, advising a student, you don't want to have this checked as one of your students if it's not a student in your class. The student won't come up. So just have all checked, and then click Submit. Sherry Boddick has been gracious enough to let us look at her record. Click on Evaluate My Status. Easy for me to say. And now we'll see what Sherry's record looks like here. It's got her major, her GPA, holds, ID number. It's not going to have absolutely everything you see in the advising program, but in Banner, but you'll see most things. And then it will give you a snapshot of what the students still need to take. She's missing items in areas A, B, D, F. She's completed the items in C and E, the courses. You can see in area A, she still needs her math. Area B, she needs her communication. C is completed. D needs everything, science and second math. E is completed. F needs her sciences. Her physical education is complete. The green check marks are classes that she's completed. When there's a blue squiggly line, that shows a class that is in progress. She doesn't have any right now, so those aren't showing. But this will be a class in progress, a blue squiggly line. And then the red box that's empty shows it's not been completed. And then you go down below and you'll see some classes that are elective courses, some that are insufficient because she withdrew. If it's not a passing grade or withdrawal or learning support, then it'll be down there. If it's elective because it counts for credit but not toward her program, maybe she can use it in a 4-year, then it will go right here. There are a lot of really helpful nifty features in ScoreCard, like the GPA calculator. You can help students figure out what grades they need to make to get to a certain GPA. The planner is wonderful. It's very helpful for early bird advising. You can help students see what they need to take the next term, and you can even move the courses over. Say, Sherry, you really need to take math, again, this term because it's already there. And then you make sure that you save the plan. You give it a name and save it, and it will stay there. You can do spring. So we could do another term and select, say, this is going to be for spring next year, what you're going to need to take. We know she's taken her communication, so she's going to take this biology. And then you put these classes in there just by dragging and dropping and clicking Save. Now, we'll go back to the worksheet and we see what she needs to take. Please note that this is a very helpful program. It's excellent but not 100% perfect. It will not show, for instance, the FCST 1010 Study Skills class counting for the PE elective when a student with a learning support requirement has taken it. That FCST 1010 class does count for a PE elective when required of a learning support student, but it doesn't show in ScoreCard. So these are some little things that you need to know. Also, that the computer is just going to put a class in the first spot. Perhaps the student would like to take an extra history and use it under their area F if they're a history major, or under a social science elective, but it's the first Western or world history they've taken, so it's going to go right here. Just have to know to tell the student that they've got to understand that the computer is going to do certain things, and they're just going to have to be aware of what they have taken. And then it'll move around when they do take the next class. So it works out fine. The what if is excellent for helping students when they're not sure of what they want to major in, when they need to change their major, when they want to see if credits they've taken will go toward another major. See, if we switch to nursing and click the process what if, you'll see an entirely different look, entirely different list here, and now she needs nursing classes. If we go back to the what if and we put it on general studies, click process what if, you'll see all the classes that will count for her area F. Before, she needed classes. Now all the classes are taken, because area F will allow most any 3 or 4 hour regular core class that's in another area F. So that works out really well for someone that's in a program that is not quite right, maybe nursing, and they want to switch and keep as many credits as possible. Now, last thing I want to show you, and there's more, and you can certainly get into ScoreCard and play around, play with the GPA calculators, get familiar with using the planner, but the notes are crucial, especially for early bird advising. Whenever you see a student, please do make a note. It helps us to see that the student has been met with. If they're an AIP, they've got to have a note there so they can register. But for early bird advising now, we're letting students register a little early when they've had an early bird advising appointment. So please check on early bird advising, student participating in early bird advising, EBA, and click Save Note. If you'll do that, then the student will have that note there, and they will not have a hold when the early registration comes around. Otherwise, just get in and play with it. You can see what you'd like to use it for, how you can use it with different students. You can also go up here and see a little bit more. Typing in the ID number, you can see a little bit more information on Sherry. Here you've got details. That's the advising screen. And usually we'd have a picture here. If you have any questions at all, please contact advising@highlands.edu and we'll be happy to help. Just remember, it's right off the website. You click on Score, the private access side of Score, put in your ID and PIN, then have the student's ID or name to put in. Make sure you put a note. Every time you see a student, put a note, but if it is a special appointment, such as EBA, please put the EBA note in first. If you do not, then that won't trigger the system not to put a hold on the student's record for early registration. Make sure that note goes in first, and make sure you click on Save. Thank you so much. Appreciate all you do with our students. Hope EBA goes great.